Okay, my name is Jim Cooper from In God We Trust Ministries. The website is ingwt.org. And today or should I say today, this afternoon, I'm going to be talking about the commandment number 6. To have the 10 commandments. This is about commandment number 6. And this is about thou shalt not kill. That's what commandment number 6 is. And I ask you to go to find it in the Bible to make sure I'm right about what commandment it is. It's Exodus 20, verses 7 to 17, all the 10 commandments. And you also find it in Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verses 6 to 21. And number 6 is thou shalt not kill. So, if you're a believer in God, who created everything, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Father of Yeshua, when we call Jesus in English, we are supposed to know the 10 commandments and what God's commandments were. You break these commandments, you can get yourself in some deep trouble. I'm hoping that maybe you've seen my video on commandment number 10. I also have it there in his writing also at the website. But the video is one thing, and commandment number 9 is there also. I suggested to read those also, because at the end of number 10, it talks about what is said in the book of James about you break one, you break them all. You have broken them all. Just break one, you have broken them all. Because the first commandment is obeying God and loving your God and doing what God asks. Okay, now this commandment number 6. I first knew about them, understood it, but I was in a classroom at a church on a Sunday morning. Now, I don't worship on Sundays anymore. I was on Saturday, same day Jesus at that time was worshiping and teaching in the 10 o'clock. In the synagogues, he was worshiping and teaching on the Sabbath. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's the 7th day of the week. Sunday is not the 7th day of the week, but at that time I was still in the learning period. I was still learning, and God was still teaching. Okay? Well, in this class that morning, this is before the main service, it was a class. It was given by a lady. She did it every Sunday morning. I wasn't always there every Sunday morning, but this particular Sunday morning, a lady came in who was visiting. I don't know if it was the first or second time, but she was visiting that church. And she introduced herself. We all know each other. Somebody new come in, they introduced themselves, who they are. And she said she was a police officer in her city. And this one lady quickly criticized her. Yeah, criticized her for being a police officer. Because she carried a gun. And guns kill. And that's what the lady said. And you kill somebody, you're going to hell. That's exactly what that lady said. Well, I sat back in my chair and I said, oh, something wrong with that statement. And I wasn't the only one. And the lady who gave the class didn't say anything about that nature. And the police officer stood, looked around and they were staring at her, like, I'm here to protect you. And the lady was being criticized. So apparently the lady who criticized her for being a police officer carrying a gun didn't understand what thou shalt not kill really gets into, what it really means. All right? A police officer is there to protect you from a thief or robber or somebody breaking your house, going to kill your wife and kids and you, or your husband and kids and you. Might be there to kill your mother and your father, your sister and brother. That police officer is there to protect you from that. If that police had to pull out their gun and the bad people gets hurt and die, that police officer has done their job. That's what they were born to do. Okay? To protect you when you can't protect yourself. To protect your family. You got a store and somebody come in there with a shotgun and gonna point at you and says, give me your money. You give them the money, but now you're afraid that this person might shoot you anyway. Or your wife's standing right next to you, there's other employees there, and people are scared of their lives. And this is what that police officer was there for, to protect you. And if they get away with it killing somebody, and then that criminal gets away with killing somebody, now them police officers got to find them. They'll go out looking for them. Try to get information where they're at. Oh yeah, there's problems there, folks. But has that police officer they shot and some bad people died? And the good people are alive? Was that police officer wrong, according to the Bible? A lot of people were killed in the Old Testament. God told them go in that city or town, or village or whatever, and get them people out of there and kill some of them. And some of them you might have to kill them all. And people said, we was doing what God told us to do. Now, if you was on jury duty, called on jury duty, and it's a federal case, city or town or whatever, and it's a murder case, and you were selected to be one of the members on that jury duty, and y'all find this person guilty of killing 10 people, killing 12 people, men, women, and children, and y'all say this person's guilty on all charges, and that means they should be executed in the laws of that land where they're at. Or it's the judge who hands down the final penalty after the jury finds the person guilty of all charges. Now the judge says, after reading it over and checking everything out, a few days later says, sir, we're going to execute you. We're going to put a needle in your arm and you're going out of here. Same thing for men and women. And that judge made that final decision. How you're going to die. Where you're going to die. They used to hang people. Chop off heads. Electrocute them. Yeah, cooking them alive. Yeah, we did a lot of things. But did that person who killed all those people try to kill the judge and his family? No. How about the jury? Did that person try to affect them? Was that their cousins or mothers, sisters, and brothers killed by that person? And they're on the jury to convict them of all crimes that will have them executed? Well, they personally wasn't involved. It's said to say, yeah, that person's guilty. What happens next? Are they part of a crime against the Bible, the Sixth Commandment? Or the jury? Or the judge? The jury convicted them. So what's wrong with putting the convicted person in a jail cell, in a prison, getting water and food, and says, because of what you did, we can't let you out there around other people ever again, because you might hurt somebody again. And this is your punishment for what you did hurt. And this is where you stay in this cell until your time's up and you pass away, just like the rest of us on this planet. Sooner or later, we'll die from natural causes. Old age, heart attack, bad kidneys, bad liver, cancer. Sooner or later, we're all going to die from something. But are we wrong for putting a man or a woman in the gallows, had their head chopped off? Is that killing or protecting yourself? So, I've been to jury duty a few times, but it was minor stuff like lawsuits and things like that when I was in the jury. But I would never be put on a jury to execute somebody. I would tell them right up the front. According to my Bible, I cannot kill somebody. I can kill somebody who's trying to kill me, or my family, or my friends, or the other soldiers who are next to me. Back when I was in Vietnam, I'm looking out for them too. So would I be wrong for protecting, keeping someone else from getting killed, or myself? No, far as the jury duty is concerned, I cannot send somebody to death row to have them executed. Oh yeah, put them in that cell block, in that cage, and leave them there. Yep, I can go live with that. No problem. I can live with that. So next time you criticizing police officers, some have made mistakes and have shot and killed people, and they've been punished for their making an error, because anytime we make an error, there's always some kind of end result when you make an error. And some police officers have made some errors, and some of them may have made some deliberate errors and ended somebody's life. Well, they get some punishment for that. They didn't get away clean. But when someone else is trying to stab and shoot them, yes, they're going to pull their gun out and defend themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my view, but anyway. So you pray to God and see what your view is. What is your view? Who's right and who's wrong? Of all of the 10 Commandments, that's the trickiest one of all. The other ones are all self-explainable. Commandment number 6 says do not kill. Only God can tell you to kill somebody. But when you're in a war protecting your home or your homeland, the people of the country you come from, and you're there to keep some other killers from coming over there and tearing things up in your own country, or you're there to help some other country protect their people, are they wrong? I don't think so. I don't believe so. And for me, I know that they're not wrong, because the 10 Commandments says thou shalt not kill. But it just left out a few words. But all wars start by somebody getting killed. Now, the soldiers got to protect somebody from getting killed. The police officers got to protect somebody from getting killed. Okay? So, commandment number 6, I'm going to leave right there. You can understand commandment number 6 any way you want. But I just explained to you how I feel. And I suggest you pray to God. And pray to Him all the time about that killing. What's right and what's wrong. When it's necessary to kill and when it's not necessary to kill. So I'm going to leave you with that one and leave you to do your own praying. Because I can't tell you what to do and what not to do when it comes to thou shalt not kill. And that's why you may never see people talk about it in churches. Any of them. And explain thou shalt not kill, what it's really all about. So I didn't just sit down and talk about this. This has been going on ever since many years ago when I was in that class, in that church on a Sunday morning. When that police officer came in and said, I'm visiting here and I'm a police officer, and got criticized. And I felt something was wrong with that. And yeah, I did my praying about that. And that was many years ago. Maybe about 40 years ago. So, through prayer, you do your own prayer on this one. You come to your own conclusions, and you have to live with that conclusion. And if you made the wrong decisions, that's why Yeshua came. Yeshua is called Jesus in English. All you do is ask for forgiveness for making a mistake. Okay? None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, make errors. But a deliberate action to end someone else's life for the wrong reasons, you still have to ask for forgiveness and see what happens. Make sure you read commandment number 9 and 10 at the website and watch the videos of commandment 6, 8, 9, and 10. Well, you can include 8 with 9 and 10, but They all come under the first commandment. You break one, you break them all. You have a nice day, and please pray.